Hey YouTube, in this next set of videos I'm going to be doing, this week I'm going to be doing videos on Aquaforce, and I'm also going to include Granblue, because I only have one Granblue deck, and together with my 3 different Aquaforce decks, that makes 4, so it's kind of like what I did with Shadow Paladins. So I'll be covering Aquaforce and Granblue. Today we're probably going to do Granblue, get them out of the way, and then we'll get into Aquaforce, because Aquaforce right now is a little bit more competitive. Not to say that Granblue can't be competitive in the current meta. Granblue doesn't see that much play anymore right now, currently, just because their deck is a little bit outdated compared to some of the other stuff, but they're still pretty tough regardless. So yeah, so if you're interested in seeing my Tetra Burst updated deck for Stride format, I'll be doing that one in another video. I'll be doing the Maelstrom build, which is actually probably the most popular one right now. Thavas, I'll be covering him as well in a future video. And then, so today we're going to be doing Granblue. So Granblue, I went back to the drawing board with this deck and decided to change it up. I noticed that during the Break Ride era, Granblue actually was a lot better than the way they were during Legion, mainly because the Legion stuff lacked giving them power compared to the Break Ride. So what I did is I went and rebuilt the deck to focus on combining the Break Ride with the Legion, because that makes this deck a lot more scary and a lot more powerful overall. So this is basically what I came up with. So to start off, 3 Young Pirate Noble, Pinot Noir. This is the main Legion card that they got for set 17 earlier this year, back in January. So 3 of him. This is your primary target you want to Break Ride onto. The other card I have here is 3 of Lord of the Seven Seas Nightmist. He's the Break Ride, came out more than a year ago, back when CBD debuted. This guy came out. A lot of people are running him currently with Cocytus, because Cocytus did get a Stride unit in the Fighters Collection. And I do have that card, but I did not put that deck together, mainly because I never really liked Cocytus that much. I actually prefer the Legion, especially because when you see the trigger lineup, you'll see why. But so right now it's 3 of the Legion, 3 of the Break Ride, and then I am running 1 Ice Flow Swordsman Nightsnow. So this is the main card that I missed not having in the deck back when I made the Legion build. So this, along with Break Ride on Break Ride and this guy from the drop zone. So there's that classic Granblue play where you basically Break Ride another Break Ride guy, you get the Break Ride to call 2 things, give them 5k, then you Superior Ride this guy, or Superior Break Ride this guy from the drop zone, and you get more. So there's that play as well. So I wanted to have that option in the deck again, so this way I was able to do that by dropping that Legion to 3. And then the last grade 3 I'm running is 2 Witch Doctor of the Dead Sea, because this guy's the other Legion they got, and this guy is actually really good in late game to get an extra attack in. So when you have a lot of counterblasts to expend. So 2 of him, mainly because this combo right here doesn't eat any counterblasts, and it's a lot more explosive than this guy, because this guy basically has to blow up some stuff, blow up something to get another thing when he attacks. So it's kind of like getting a 4th attack in, because he'll call a rearguard as the 4th attack. Whereas this play right here just straight up gets you mills 3 and then gets something, and then you've already gotten 2 more. So this is like +3 to the field, and then the Legion skill. The Legion made skill is another plus to the field, so I think these 2 actually mix pretty well in playtesting the deck. So that way I included everything, all the main Granblue boss monsters minus Cocytus and Cocytus Reverse. So I may go back and build another deck that focuses on Cocytus, but right now this one I've been testing it and it's a lot of fun. So this is the 9 grade 3 lineup that I went with. And I think it's very diverse, and 9 grade 3 in Stride format is very good for Granblue. So that's what I have for grade 2s. My 3 Ruin Shade. 3 Ruin Shade is the best number in my opinion. You can get away with running 2 of them, but they're just a very good card to have, like if you ride it as a grade 2, just to mill, set up your drop zone, set up for Legion, get some targets in there. Just a really good card overall. And then 3 of Pirate Belle, Pinot Blanc. This is the Legion mate for Noir. Pretty self-explanatory. It's Legion mate. In Granblue, you mill so much that most likely one of these will fall in the drop zone, So it's not too big of a deal that you're not running 4 copies. And the lineup is very diverse, so space in here is really tight. And then 3 of the Ghoul Dragon. This is the Legion mate for the other Legion. I forgot the name. This guy, the Witch Doctor guy. So this one actually has a really good effect. So basically, when he's already on the field, when you're gonna break ride, you always want to get him on the field first if he's not already on the field, and then you call some other stuff, and then he gets the effect of when his attack hits the Vanguard, you get to choose an opponent's rear guard, retire it. So he gives him the Kagero retire power that the deck kind of lacks. So that's why I like this guy. That's the only reason why I'm running this Legion, because I think it's a pretty good Legion for that reason alone. And then I am running 2 Dragon Corrode, Corrupt Dragon, mainly because Dragon Corrode, Corrupt Dragon is just a very good target for the break ride combo from the drop zone. You can also, he's a very good target also with this guy. And even if you're on Ice Flow Swordsman, he's a really good target because he'll come to the field from the drop zone as 12, and then this guy will give him 5 more, or the break ride will give him 5 more, so he's 17 unboosted. So that's pretty good. So I really like that I put this guy back in the deck for that reason, just because he gives the deck the extra power that it needs. And the thing I like about Granblue is because they mill so much, you can get away with running like 2s of some stuff, even like 1 of some stuff. For example, this guy. For the grade 1s, I am running 1 Reef Banshee. She's a Quintet Wall. Quintet Wall in Granblue is typically it's very good. Even the Quasitis build, I recommend running 1 of these just to set up the drop zone early, or just to set up the drop zone in general. Because usually when you Legion, it's even better in Legion, because Legion, that will allow you to just throw your triggers back. So this thing will basically help throw other things in there like this. So 1 of that, and then 3 Gust Jinn, the Perfect Guard, the original Perfect Guard. Mainly, just I like the 3 and 1. I see a lot of people running 2 of this, or sometimes even 3. I think it's a little bit too much, but in the matchup against Gear Chronicle, I can see why that's still pretty good. But yeah, you can run 2. I think 2 would be fine. 2 and 2 of each is pretty good. And then 1 Evil Shade. 1 is enough because you can Superior Call him from the drop zone. If he gets retired, he'll just come back. He's a ghost, guys. So yeah, he's your 10k booster that he mills 2. So very similar to Ruin Shade. So I am running the duo, but Ruin Shade is just better overall. So really only 1 of him. He's typically your Vanguard booster all game. And then 3 Sea Strolling Banshee. This is also, this along with either of these is your prime target to select to resurrect from the drop zone on Break Ride or even on Legion. So 3 of her, just to make sure that you can always have 1 in the drop zone available at any time, so you can get that draw power. So it's basically when it's called from the drop zone, Soul Blast 1, draw a card. So it helps replenish the drop zone by emptying the soul to set up for things like Legion, re-legioning, all that kind of stuff, and drawing a card at the same time. So very good card, that's why I run 3. And then 4 Brutal Shade. People are probably thinking this is a weird choice. Why not run that 10k guy that's called from the drop zone? Brutal Shade, just so that I can Break Ride at 0 damage, or I can use Ice Flow. Even if I have to open up with Ice Flow, I can use his skill as fast as possible without having to worry about taking so much damage early game. That allows me to play while I'm sitting on him, and I just need to draw into either of my Legions, so I can Break Ride as soon as possible and not have to worry about throwing everything from my hand to set up for Legion early. So that's why I'm running 4 Brutal Shade. I think it's just very good. And then the last grade 1 is 1 Deadly Nightmare. Deadly Nightmare is in here to replace your Sea Strolling Banshee as a 7k boost, and also as another target to fill the drop zone with cards that are stuck in your soul from re-legioning and stuff like that, and just putting a proper booster on the field. So 1 in there. That's another example of how Granblue is very flexible with their grade lineup. And then for the triggers, I am running 4 of the Rough Seas Banshee. This is the Psychic Bird clone for Granblue. It's really good. Put in the soul, draw a card. Like if you just want to, if your opponent's low on hand and you want to do final turn, this is good for a final turn push. And then 4 Jimmies. This is their other critical that came out with the Legions. And then for more critical, Night Spirit. So I am running 12 critical and then Dr. Rouge as the heal. So 12 critical and 4 draw because it is amazing in Granblue. I highly recommend 12 critical. They do not need draw triggers. They've got Strolling Banshees. They've got all kinds of stuff. They can resurrect things from the drop zone. They don't need draw triggers. This deck is basically a zombie army deck, and you have to play it like that. So yeah, 12 criticals is definitely the way to go. Makes the deck far more scary, far more competitive. And the starter is Peter the Ghostie, because I still think this is the best starter overall. He can escape early. Just put 2, mill 2, counterblast 1, put mill 2, and then put him in the soul, draw a card. So he replaces himself. He can escape. He can dodge Kagero early. Just a very good starter overall. For the strides, it's really just 2 Pirate King of the Abyss Blueheart. He came out in Fighter's Collection, and he's actually pretty good as well. So usually what I'll do is I'll be sitting on this guy, and you can just stride into him if you've got like Ice Flow or something in your hand, or even another one of these, or even something you don't really need to use early. Or let's say you open up with like 2 Grade 3s in your hand, you can stride early into him. Or even if you're sitting on your Legion early game, you can stride into him. And then, yeah, basically just counterblast 1, call 2 cards from the drop to separate R with a unit. So, for example, it would be something like this. You counterblast 1 and you call 2 from the drop zone, and it would be like these or something. So that's kind of how it works. It's pretty good. You can run like 3 or 4 of this, but the deck doesn't stride a whole lot, so I am running this just the generic stuff after that. So Atmos, Blizza, 1 Harmonics Messiah, and then 3 Rain Element Madew, because the deck is so heavily Legion focused that this is just a very good choice overall. So that was basically my Granblue Legion deck. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think of the lineup, and I encourage you guys to try to build the deck and test it out, because it's a whole lot of fun. It's actually one of my most fun of the, I guess, the under-supported clans, as I like to call them, decks to play as. And yeah, if you guys like this video, please subscribe for more future videos for this channel. And as always, thanks for watching.